Hey, everybody, and we are live with episode 214 of Hot Jobs, where you get Tara and I for 30 minutes to discuss the week's hottest jobs, internships, and career search advice, all with a live Q&A. So if you are joining us today, please take a moment to say hi. Let us know where you're joining from. And if you are a job seeker, please let us know where you are, what you're looking for, and where you want to do it. So like job title and location. Now, we do have a bunch of mentors that come in, and if you're willing to mentor someone as well, please let people know what your area of expertise are. Let's bring this community closer together. That's what HireMilitary is all about. So thanks for joining us, Tara.
Yeah, happy to be here.
I noticed you're wearing lipstick today, so I was like, oh.
I got ready for this. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Got ready today.
Watch out, everybody. So she got ready. I do want to thank our partners at CNC Boiler. CNC Boiler is a family-owned business that does a lot of service technician installation sales of large commercial boilers around the tri-state area. And by tri-state, it's not the tri-state area I knew from Philadelphia. It is North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Fantastic company to work for. They've got SkillBridge and direct hire roles as service techs on these big commercial oilers. They will provide training to a direct job that starts in the mid 60s, but will move up to six figures pretty quickly once you get the hang of things. If you are interested, you'd like to learn more, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And please, right up there, HireMilitary.us. Find the job there, read what's involved, apply, and then reach out to Tara or reach out through the website and let us know you applied. Don't just say I'm interested and hope that somebody finds you, all right? That is the key. Am I right, Tara, or what?
Yes, the dreaded I'm interested. I hate it every time. Please be specific. Let us help you.
I do like to share with people. I had one interesting comment come from the I'm interested stuff back in the day. And I think I've mentioned this before, but somebody got on and said, you've got to understand cultural cues. And in India, it is expected to say, I'm interested from the candidate, and the companies will reach out, which I thought was very, very interesting. I'm like, okay, cool. That explains some of it for there. Yeah. With that being said, we're not hiring anybody to work in India, and we're focused on U.S. citizens for the most part. And so if you are looking for something in the U.S. market, and understanding that it is also right now an employer's market where the employer has a little more leverage because there's a dearth of candidates out there, the I'm interested in any comment is not enough. You've got to actually go to the website, apply, and then stand out by reaching out and just let the recruiter know you applied, right? Am I right there, Tara?
Absolutely. The I'm interested, from our perspective, we're also putting that typically in the post to say, like, please go to the website and apply. That gives our talent team the ability to do some pre-screening, which might be important to our client, as well as take a look at your resume so they are more informed when and if they move forward with a conversation with you. So that's like a really necessary step. So skip the I'm interested, go right to the website and apply.
There you go. Doesn't have to take that long. We've got some people joining us with Josh from Utah, which I'm assuming is looking beautiful right now. We've got Anthony saying hi. We've got Jennifer in Iowa, healthcare administration. So that's fantastic. So thanks for joining us, all three of you. So we've got a couple topics. One of them goes along with Apply Online, and that is the tailoring your resume. I had a post earlier this week that I kind of break it down a little bit. If you have a good resume, like a master resume that has all your stuff, and you know what is the general requirements for a career you've chosen, a specific field or a specific job, it shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes to completely tailor a resume. Honestly, it's probably 10 to 15 minutes. You move some bullets around, you change some information in and out. But if it takes you 30 minutes, you could still submit 80 resumes in a week. It should be a full-time job to find a job. And if that's the case, if you submit 80 tailored resumes and you're not getting interviews, like you got your shot groups all over the place. Either your resume is not meeting the mark, or you really are applying for jobs you're not qualified for in their eyes, right? You're not including the information, or you don't have specific experience they're looking for. What are your thoughts on that, Tara?
I love the idea of having a master resume, just something that you can build off of. So put every skill, responsibility, role that you filled at a particular time, and then you can tailor your resume from there. You're not going to include every single bullet point, perhaps, just the ones that are relevant for the job that you are applying for. And I think, Mike, we talked about, I received a candidate's resume that had, over 30 bullets for each position that person had held. I ended up talking to that candidate, and he said, everyone kept telling me, add more. And every time I added another bullet. And so we went over, why it's important to have a master resume. And I said, keep this for your master resume, but I can't submit this to a client. No one's going to read this. And so he went back and tailored his resume, and I was able to submit that to the client.
And it's exactly like the Where's Waldo pictures, right?
Yeah.
If the recruiter's got to stare at it to try to find the relevant accomplishments, they're going to move on to the next candidate. Again, right now it is an employer's market. There are more candidates out there than there are jobs in a lot of places. And so we've got to keep that in mind when it comes to that. So we've got Anthony joining from San Antonio. We've got Yakima, Washington, James. We've got Mike at Fort Knox. Want to work in SLC.
Salt
Lake City, Utah, Operation Engineering Program Manager. Okay. I think doesn't Texas Instruments has something up there in Lehigh.
Yeah, right outside of Salt Lake City.
Yeah. We got Sacramento Job Seeker Training and Education. And we've got Training and Development from Brenton. Training and Development. We've got one right here I wanted to share. We've got Dave from Jacksonville, Florida, creating a resume and looking for employment, possibly something remote. Not much drives me nuts more than I just want something remote. So what I will advise you is that you have to choose a specific career path that you are qualified to do and aim towards that, and make sure that that job is something that can be done remote, right? That's the best way to do it. I just want remote is just terrifying. And then we've got a question. We have Anthony saying, how important are certificates? That is an incomplete question, because you are missing the career field that you are aiming for. So if you're going to say, how important are credentials or certificates for cyber and IT, certain ones may be incredibly valuable. If you are asking for ones in like resilience, it's going to be less. So you've got to be a little bit more specific on that. All right, a couple other quick topics before we get into the jobs. One of them is, and I've got a post coming out on this one, and it is the dreaded pick your brain. I get a lot of outreach. A lot of transitioning military veterans reach out to me and will say, hey, can we please hop on a call? I'm struggling. I'd love to hop on a call and pick your brain. And the answer is no. No. I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids 50% of the time. I have exercise to stay healthy. I have personal endeavors, and I have all the people I'm helping already. What am I carving out to have an unstructured phone call with someone I don't know? And sometimes I'll respond like, hey, I don't do pick your brain. And the smart response would be like, sorry, bad phrase. I have questions about this specific topic, right? And then I could answer that right there. But 90% of the people go, well, I'm a veteran. You should answer. And I'm like, I did answer. No, there's 16 million veterans in the country. You don't automatically get a phone call with anybody. You get your foot in the door based on a shared background interest. But you don't get entry until you show you deserve it. And so what I would tell people is that if you want to get a call to someone, come prepared. Don't ask for unstructured phone calls. Ask them short, specific, highlight what you have a comment and ask short, specific questions they can answer right there with a message. Because that is your breadcrumb to getting to the phone call, right? If you ask me a specific question on the message and I don't answer it, you're not getting to a phone call. But if I answer it and you say thank you, you ask another one, you say thank you, I'm going to tell you to do something, you do it and come back to me, then there's a lot of chances. So I had it back and forth with someone today. They followed up with a message and a connection request. And I said, hey, like, I'm accepting contingent on you getting a photo up that has a smile on it. And he said, I'll try to do it today. Like, we'll see if he comes back to me. But I was like, okay, you are like, that's the breadcrumb, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about. And then just networking. We were talking about networking before you need it, right? What do you think? How important is that, Tara?
So I think that networking is just like building a friendship, right? You wouldn't call a stranger and ask for a favor. It would need to be someone that you have some type of relationship or common knowledge with. So I think networking should start way before you're having an ask. And maybe that is a LinkedIn connection request with a message, hey, thanks for the content. Hey, really excited about the project. Can't wait to learn more. So networking is about like building a relationship, and you don't just go up to a stranger unless it's an emergency, I guess, and ask for a favor. And I agree with the pick your brain. That is a phrase that I wish could just be removed. Because you're right. Can I have a chunk of your time for me to ask questions that are unstructured in a topic that I'm not going to tell you about?
Right.
No.
Perfect. So we've got a couple other things. I thought Brenton had said he used his LinkedIn profile as a master resume. He's writing a targeted resume. He saved his profile as a PDF, upload it in a chat GPT to help build a targeted resume. That works. You can also, if you have premium and you look at a job on LinkedIn, it'll tell you based on the content in your profile how good your match are, and then it'll tell you exactly what you need to add. So all these tools exist. What I just tell people is I still have yet to see AI write better than I can, or anywhere even close. I get messages from people and I just kind of laugh and say, why did you use it? Like you still, AI is a great tool to like bring things together. You still have to own the final product, right? Like if you're going to use it to target a resume, great. If you use it to evaluate a resume, great. You can't just have AI do it and hit send. You still have to own the data. You've got to be able to speak to every bullet part on that resume. It's got to be in your words. And so I just recommend that from people. All right, we're going to get into the jobs, but we've got California, right? We've got Washington, D.C., the area where I am right now. We've got Washington State looking for EHS internship for my Army CSP. So environmental health and safety. So Terry, I would tell you, go to the DoD SkillBridge website and check them out. And then also, if there are any big EHS providers, if you look for jobs in EHS, you can always reach out to companies in your area. And if they're not qualified for SkillBridge, you can connect them to us and we can host you for that internship. So you can make your stuff happen right there. And then we have a question. Let's see. I'm currently working in tech. I've experienced the military and logistics supply chain. I want to transition into supply chain, but it's hard to find a position in supply chain, so my resume has a little bit of both. I don't think that's the best move, but my tech job is paying the bills. I'm not sure. Okay, so if you're applying for jobs in supply chain, nobody gives two craps about the tech experience unless it's relevant to the role. Am I correct there, Tara?
Yeah, or if there's a way that you can demonstrate transferable skills. If you lead a team of people, if you have some type of measured success, I would include that. I wouldn't spend a ton of time or space on it. I would include more about the most relevant experience. And that would be something that if you got to an interview that you could express probably a little bit better verbally.
And my resume makes it sound like you only have one. You should have one for every job, right? So you've got to tailor to the job. So take out the stuff that isn't relevant, right? They don't know what's paying the bills right now. So keep that in mind. And then we have Josh saying, what is your take on DoD contracting with the hiring freeze? A recruiter reached out and wait until the freeze is over for another company. So the hiring freeze is only for federal government roles. it is not for DoD contracting opportunities. So some contracts were canceled, but reach out
Yeah.
when the hiring freeze is up doesn't make any sense to me, because the hiring freeze is not impacting the ability of people to hire for contracts, just for GS type employees. So that's my take on that. All right. So before we get overwhelmed, we're at a halfway point. I'm pretty sure that you had a couple roles you wanted to bring up, Tara.
I do. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a SkillBridge role. So this is for SkillBridge, for active duty members who are in or approaching their last 180 days of service. So I'm looking for a solutions engineer with our partners at Maxar. So this is going to be a combination of problem solving and a little bit of sales. And we don't need to be scared about the word sales, right? You are providing solutions to a DoD customer. So they are looking for someone who is great at problem solving, someone who can work as a team, someone who has the ability to maintain strong relationships, to increase their customer satisfaction, give feedback and insight about their technology to the customer. I would say very important here is to have some type of Python or Java experience. They are looking for someone that has a bachelor's degree in either business, engineering, computer science, or some type of related field.
Mm-hmm.
You do need a top secret clearance. Now, it is listed as TS/SCI. They are willing to review candidates that have top secret or secret. They probably will be a little bit picky. They have opened up that field. So if this sounds like an opportunity that you would like to explore, and just know that this is also a great company to work for. There is headcount to bring this person on full time and very competitive salary. So if you are interested in this role, you should apply so that our talent team can take a look at your resume and we can do a screening call and make sure that you fit those requirements.
And can I just say, I was an Intel Sergeant Major and I was a solution engineer. Everyone wants to say project or program manager.
Yeah.
But I was a solution engineer. Like, there were problems. If there was a problem, I'd solve it. So like, I had the experience, the background, little delay there. But
I was gonna finish it, but I'm not going to.
So if anyone knows how to finish that phrase, go ahead and put it in the comments. But yeah, I mean, I was a solution engineer. If you think about any senior enlisted, a lot of staff positions in the military, the only thing I was missing was like the Python Java experience.
Yeah.
But if there are people that have been to a boot camp or may have that and that DoD experience, totally. It's a great fit. So
totally. And
I
yeah, and just one last comment about this. I think when people get nervous about that sales part, it's really like 20 to 30% of the job. So it's not heavy in sales. You are providing solutions to the customer. And I think there's plenty of people who are looking to get into this space and they get nervous about that sales part. Don't worry about that.
It's not
focus on the solution.
Yeah. It's not cold calling. It's you're working with clients and fixing their problems using a software package they teach you on. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. Next one.
So first, we'll talk about a couple of direct hire roles. But first, I'm going to give a plug for our SkillBridge pool and our jobs pool because they got these positions last week. So we're doing the top 8, both SkillBridge and direct hire. And if you're in the pool, you already got these jobs. So talking about some of our direct hire roles, we have 3 open roles with our partners at Teal. So I have both a senior and junior roles in chiller and boiler tech. They are located in the Denver, Houston, Austin, and Dallas, Texas area. For specifics, you're going to go to our website and search Teal or HVAC, and those positions are going to come up. For the junior position, you only need 1 year of experience and some type of technical ability, preferably with boilers. For the senior roles, there are 2 senior roles. You do need 5 to 8 years of experience. But again, all of those requirements are listed on our website.
And from what I understand, the Navy has a bunch of roles that align with that. So hopefully that.
I'm sure.
Maybe they work with be something there.
Yeah.
I do want to call out Tori for getting it right. Thank you so much, Tori. I appreciate it. We are approaching the age where many people may not know how to follow that up. So, and here's another question. So here's the challenge when we're talking about social media, Jennifer. We don't know which position you're talking about. So, you gotta please give more information when you communicate. And the struggle is real in Dallas. I mean, it absolutely is. You've got the Cowboys. You can't afford Micah Parsons. You overpaid Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. But you've got two Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles fans right here. And so we'll tell you we're glad there's a little bit of a struggle there for those Cowboys. All right. So you've got Teal. You've got those opportunities. You've got the plan telling everybody to join the talent pool. Either for SkillBridge and or direct hire. And then you've got the Maxar roles. Were there any others you wanted to share?
No, that's it for today. And if you want to get the next set of our top 8, then you need to join the pool.
I love it. I love it. So I've got a couple for you right now. The first one we're talking about is a career specialist role. So we've got several opportunities for part-time career specialists. Now, when we talk about career coach specialist, what we're talking about is someone that has experience with the hiring process that can side by side walk transitioning military service members through every phase of the process to getting a job. So we got someone that you're going to work one-on-one with service members and not just say, do this. Like, let's work together and find you your next career, right? So everything from figuring out what you want to do next, a little bit of career coaching on the front, maybe helping them find some mentors, getting their profile together, getting their resume together, helping review tailored resume, helping talk through what they're applying, maybe making some introductions in industry, prepping them for interviews, connecting them to additional resources. I mean, like helping them negotiate salaries, we're talking walking people through the whole process. And so if that excites you to change lives that way, these are part-time roles that have the potential to go full. They are fully remote, and they give you the opportunity to join our team and do it. And so there's a lot of growth there. If that's something that's interesting to you, you do have the experience to do it, then go ahead and go to HireMilitary.us and apply for those roles. We have several opportunities there. All of them for people, then they're flexible hours as well. So you'll get a great chance to really make a difference and change lives. We do have a lot of opportunities with Defense Logistics Agency Finance. I always like to bring our DLA finance people up. Again, they've got internships and direct hire. Direct hire is on pause, but we're expecting it within the next 3 to 4 months, probably after the new fiscal year starts in October, that they'll open those back up. Those are 501 and 510 series roles. So let me explain. Roles are business analyst, financial liaison, and then there are 2 accountant type roles. And they have these roles at scale for internships or direct hire across 7 different locations. We're talking about Battle Creek, Michigan, Columbus, Ohio, New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Always going to say that, keep that up there as well until they're not the Super Bowl champions. And then Richmond, Virginia, their headquarters, Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and for a very, very small group of people that have accounts receivable experience. Only if you have accounts receivable experience, San Antonio, Texas. I know everybody wants to go to Mill City, USA. You have to have accounts receivable, experience. And so the accountant roles require a bachelor's degree and 24 hours of accounting or accounting experience, accounting credits or business law credits. The other jobs don't require degrees, but your level you would come in at is commensurate upon your experience and your education. So, you can paint that picture for the GS scales. If you are interested, SkillBridge locations, flexible times, flexible durations, flexible locations, as long as it's one of the 7 I mentioned. They do have the full intent, if they're able to, hire people to bring you on into full-time role afterwards. But it's also a great opportunity to get your foot in the door, learn about the financial side of the house, make a lot of great relationships, and get experience that's going to launch pad you to something next, and do it all while supporting the warfighter. So if you're interested, go to HireMilitary.us. You can search for DLA, and you'll find those roles on either the SkillBridge internship side or the direct hire side. For the direct hire, they cannot hire now, but we are still collecting, racking, and stacking those resumes of qualified candidates. The moment the government says the hiring freeze is lifted, they're going to hire to fill all of those roles they have available, and they want to start with veterans and military spouses. So get them in there, get them ready, get in the queue, and we'll send them over. And then the last one is just with our partners at Calm Seas Psychotherapy. Calm Seas is a fantastic practice started by Sharon Prager, and they were created to provide mental health support to military veterans and first responders, including military spouses, the entire military family. Their whole practice is focused on that, and they are in a number of states across the country. Their headquarters is in New York. They work with TRICARE. They work with the VA. They have all the stuff lined up. They're looking for an intake coordinator. The one catch is you have to be licensed. I think it's a LMSW, licensed master social work or something like that. But if you are licensed and you have the ability to get licensed in New York State, which everyone they do gets there, this is a fully remote role. Continue to give back to our community. Solid pay. Working with a bunch of people that are passionate about supporting our community. Go to HireMilitary.us. You can look up the intake coordinator role and just go ahead and apply. We get excited to send these roles over to Sharon. I know there's a lot of military spouses that look at the social work side of the house. So if you have your license and you're interested, let us know online through your application, and we will get it over. Let's see if we got a couple other people. We've got Michael saying, has the federal resume template changed to only 5 pages? I am not an expert on federal resume templates, but I'm pretty sure that an executive order came out and made it 2 pages, right?
Yeah, two pages, I believe.
So we've got Herbert saying vet in the IT field held as high as a DoD TS. With their chances of getting back on that side of the house from the civilian side. Most places I've looked at aren't sponsoring to reopen clearances. So I will say it is difficult if your clearance has expired. Your clearance expires if it has not been held by a company for over 2 years. They have to start you over. So what I would recommend is that looking at some of the government agencies that will sponsor you for a clearance, or looking to get into a larger defense contractor in any type of role, and then finding opportunities to pivot where they can sponsor you for the clearance. It's not easy, but if you have the right background experience, if you look for secret roles, a lot of times companies will allow people with secret. So let me backphrase. You can get an interim secret clearance if everything checks out in your background within a couple weeks, which is enough time for a company to hire you, process the interim secret clearance, you get it back, and they will let people work. Some places, many places will let you work on an interim secret clearance. Not many contracts will let you work on an interim top secret clearance if it requires access. And top secrets are probably 8 to 10 months minimum right now. And so I would aim for the secret and look to upgrade or find opportunities at companies that are bidding on those large contracts that can give you an opportunity to support and sponsor you for those contracts. But it is not easy. Or you can always join the reserves for roles that require the reserves, or the Guard for roles that require those clearances. I know that the National Guard is increasing by 2,000 cyber security and cyber operations positions next year. There's a great opportunity to join the National Guard or the Air National Guard and applying for some of those cyber roles with your air background. So just something to keep in mind. And with that, oh my God, 2 weeks in a row, we are on time at 30 minutes. Any last words, Tara?
No, I think that's it. Make sure you go to our website, take a look at the job board. Remember, you should apply with a targeted resume.
Yep. And I will see you all on Thursday on my profile, Not to Hire Military, for office hours, Thursday at 2 p.m. And if you are around, my next Mastering LinkedIn webinar is August 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Just Google USO MVP, like who should have been the MVP, Saquon Barkley, USO MVP, and you see the calendar. You can register there. I hope to see you all there, and we will see you. Tara and I will see you. Oh, will we see you next week? You're out
I
next
won't be here.
week. I guess
am out
I
next week.
will see you for Hot Jobs next week.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.